your backup, so you pulled it down here.
Thank you, sir.
What are you gonna do? Thank you. Hey, how come mine starts with a dozen eggs, my list?
With a what?
1 dozen eggs, a gallon of milk? Oh, wrong list, never, sorry.
Morning, Ryan. Morning.
Ready? You guys good? Okay.
Turn it up.
Good morning, all. Thank you all for joining us for the County of Imperial's press conference on the Lithium Valley Economic Opportunity Investment Plan. I am Rebecca Terrazas Baxter, the Intergovernmental Relations Director for the County of Imperial. And this morning, we have a presentation for the press and all those watching. After the presentation is given, we will open up for question and answers from the media. All 5 members of the Imperial County Board of Supervisors will speak today and will soon get introduced by our chairman, so I will not take that opportunity to do so at this moment. Along with us in the audience as well, we do have some key staff for the County of Imperial who will be able to assist with responding to some of the technical questions that we may receive later on during the Q&A. Later, Spanish translation of today's presentation will be available on the county's website or upon request. Gracias a todos por acompañarnos esta mañana. La Junta de Supervisores le proporciona una presentación. Una vez que completen la presentación, abriremos el foro para preguntas y respuestas de los medios. La presentación es en inglés, pero la presentación estará disponible en español más adelante en el sitio web del condado o previa solicitud. We will get started with our presentation at this time, so please join me in welcoming the Imperial County Board of Supervisors Chairman, Jesus Eduardo Escobar.
Buenos días. Good morning. It is, I haven't been this excited since the Chargers made the Super Bowl in 1995. I'm not gonna talk about the results. Welcome to Imperial County's Lithium Valley Press Conference. Before we start, I wanna obviously introduce my fellow partners in crime, Vice Chairman Ray Castillo, Supervisor Mike Kelly, Supervisor Luis Plancarte, and Supervisor Ryan Kelly. On Tuesday, Imperial County Board of Supervisors unanimously approved a resolution to adopt Imperial Valley Economic Opportunity Investment Plan, a true game changer for Imperial County that will be for the 21st century what agriculture was for Imperial County in the 20th century. This plan and today's announcement is not something that has happened overnight, but rather a direct result of months of discussion and deliberation with officials, community leaders, community organizations, industry professionals, and dedicated staff in order to make sure that we found that balance between public and environmental health, economic development, and community engagement. We will work together as a collective team to ensure all our bases are covered and the professional and personal livelihoods of each and every resident of our county and our community is at the forefront of Imperial County's Lithium Valley. We at the county, from this board to our dedicated community staff of over 2,000 community members across 26 departments, understand the importance and necessity of keeping our residents engaged and informed, and we will continue to provide outreach and be open to input from all. I take transparency to heart. It's not just a word for me, but an ideal, and we are committed to and will live up to in any way that we can as we develop and evolve this game plan. At this moment, we as the County Board of Supervisors have taken steps to formalize our plan of action to help bring significant economic investment and opportunity. Ya me perdí. Patience is a virtue. To Imperial County. Supervisor Ryan Kelly and I are members of a newly formed subcommittee of the Board of Supervisors. And we will work with this community to engage and implement this Imperial County Lithium Valley Plan, which we are here to showcase and discuss today. I was born and raised in this great valley. I know firsthand the very, very limited economic, business, and professional opportunities for our residents. We must change this. Lithium extraction and the value-added services that come with it will provide economic opportunity for generations to come. This is why Imperial County's Lithium Valley is a true game changer for all of us. It is estimated that there are over 15 million metric tons of lithium within our county. Couple this with another 1,000 to 1,500 megawatts of geothermal energy production. And Imperial County will help the United States and California into a new economy. My fellow board members and I will present to you with a plan that focuses on the following: self-determination, a regional economy, and exponential opportunity for all of us. How this plan will be a true Imperial County game changer. And obviously the plan highlights. This was not done alone, and besides the community advocates, everybody that assisted us in coming up with this game plan, it would behoove me to obviously thank the people from our county that assisted us, starting with our interim CEO, Ben Salorio, I apologize, Eric Havens, County Council, John Gay, Public Works Director, Priscilla Lopez, Director of Workforce and Economic Development, Jim Minnick, Planning and Developmental Services, Mrs. Rebecca Terrazas Baxter. You should all stand up, by the way. Michael Abraham, Assistant Director of Planning and Development Services. My buddy Gil Rebollar, ¿dónde estás? You need to stand, bud. Our Clerk of the Board, Blanca Costa, along with the ladies of the Clerk of the Board who work hand and fist to keep us clean. And obviously our consultant, Michael Bracken. Thank you. Lithium has received a lot of attention from federal and state governments. President Biden's Executive Order 14008 states that lithium and rare mineral mining and renewable energy generation domestically helps reduce American reliance on foreign resources for needed manufacturing inputs and energy production. More to our point, Governor Gavin Newsom specifically mentioned Lithium Valley during his proposed budget presentation and stated that California, I love this, California has what is described as the Saudi Arabia of lithium right here in the state of California in Imperial County. I love this even further. We should also note that Governor Newsom, within the same presentation, stated that we, Imperial County, are a part of the state of California that deserves, and I'll repeat that again, deserves more investment and more attention. This is an example of the potential that our community has to meet and play a significant role in helping the state and country meet its clean energy goals. This is much bigger than us, which is why we want to be ahead of this before it captures the attention of the world. Again, a true game changer for Imperial County. With that, I'll stop talking and I'll introduce our Vice Chair, Ray Castillo. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Chairman Escobar, for kicking us off today, kicking this press release. I represent District 5, which is all of eastern Imperial County from railroad tracks all the way to the Arizona border. And I represent residents from Calexico, El Centro, Hopeville, Imperial, Brawley, Winter Haven, and Palo Verde communities. It's a big district geographically, but and I got to get to all those communities, and so it's hard. But anyway, it's fun. As one who has served on the board since 2011, as well as on the El Centro City Council, Imperial County has waited for an opportunity like this to present itself for the residents that we were elected to represent. Our county was founded by pioneers who took the initiative and risk to better the lives of those who call this place home, including my grandfather, Juan Castillo, who worked at Temple Gold Mines near Winter Haven in 1903. And I might add that at that time it was County of San Diego. They moved to El Centro in 1906. The next year, 2007, it became County of Imperial. I'm proud to stand alongside my fellow supervisors and county officials in taking this step to ensure a better future for our economy and, most importantly, our communities. The emphasis on self-determination is to control our own future. No one knows the Imperial County better than those from Imperial County. We are unique by national region, and it's important to be on the forefront of any decision or action that will impact those that live in this region. For purposes of the Lithium Valley Economic Opportunity Investment Plan, this shall be defined as the process by which the County of Imperial controls its economic future as it relates to lithium, rare mineral extraction, processing, manufacturing, and renewable energy generation and storage to establish that our county and residents come out better and healthier. As Chairman Escobar stated, we took this action on Tuesday, and it is the first of many more transparent actions to come in regards to lithium development and the future of Imperial County. At times, despite the fact that we've helped feed this great state of California and this nation, it may have seemed the county has been overlooked by the rest of the state, but we believe this plan will help solidify our standing in California and our county and our country. Much like the pioneers that came before us and laid the groundwork for our rich agricultural industry that feeds the world, we believe this plan lays the groundwork for a new industry that will help power our world. With that being said, allow me to introduce my colleague, Supervisor Mike Kelly. Mike.
Thank you, Ray. Beautiful day in Imperial County, huh? Well, you know, my colleagues and I can't tell you how many times we've been to Washington, D.C. to speak with the congressmen, senators, and agencies, along with going to Sacramento, speaking to senators, the assembly, the governor himself. We talked about issues relative to the polluted New River, the receding Salton Sea, the economical issues we have here, and we always walk away feeling, do they even listen or do they even care? And I've been on the Board of Supervisors for over 13 years, and I think we have a little more horsepower now when we do show up. There's no secret the struggles many of our residents face in regards to unemployment, poverty, and living in a disadvantaged community. We have been a county that has always suffered from double-digit unemployment rates, usually hovering around 15 to 20%. This compares to the unemployment rate of 5% for the state and 3.7% for the nation. But despite these obstacles, our residents have remained resilient and hopeful of an opportunity like this one that brings us here today. Before being elected to the Board of Supervisors, nearly 2 decades ago, I served as the county's chief probation officer for 18 years and saw firsthand how the lack of jobs and economic opportunities negatively affected the lives of many county residents. So many young men and women turning to crime because of the lack of opportunity in our county, which is why this plan excites me so much. The jobs and economic opportunity this plan will bring will not only change our county, but the lives of those looking for a chance to earn an honest living and provide for their families. This just isn't about extracting and processing lithium, but everybody comes with it. Everything comes with it. Educational opportunities, construction jobs, infrastructure improvements, awareness of our county, that deserve it, and so much more. With our emphasis on building up our educational sector, we understand the importance of preparing our youth for this incoming new sector and will work to ensure our children are properly educated and prepared for any and all workforce developments that comes with this new industry. As I stand here, I see individuals from our local colleges, community organizations, industry, and many other sectors. And although there will be bumps in the road, this brings us together to figure out the best path forward as to how many people and as possible benefit that we get from this plan. What brings us here today is the people we serve, and I thank everyone for being here and those listening. Not only do I truly believe that this plan will help our economy, the data backs up as lithium and rare mineral extractions could double our county's gross domestic product in the next 5 to 10 years. The future is bright for our county, and it's about time. And to discuss more about the game-changing impacts of this plan, my colleague Supervisor Louis Plancarte will be the next speaker. Louis, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Really appreciate those comments you made. My name is Luis Plancarte. I represent the 2nd District of the county, which is the southern part of El Centro, communities of Heber, Ocotillo, No Mirage, border right around the Mexican border, west of Calexico and the San Diego County borderline. It is a great opportunity to be here in a long time to not necessarily tell you that something is getting shut down or we got to cover something up, but something is starting. For too long, we've been covering our faces to try to protect ourselves. 2020 was, for me, a year that I spent a lot of time talking before these microphones and in press conferences about how we were going to protect our community. And today is an opportunity to show how we are going to go forward with these great opportunities. Para las personas que hablan español, estaré disponible para los medios para hacerles cualquier comentario o preguntas que quieran hacer después de esta presentación. Y esta presentación también estará disponible con subtítulos en español más tarde en el día en la página del condado, al igual que en nuestras páginas de redes sociales. As many of you know, I have spent well over a decade and a half working in corporate social responsibility, ensuring that as projects go through their life cycle of development, construction, production, and post-work reclamation, it is done in a socially and environmentally responsible manner. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of unity, but it can be done. It is believed that the largest concentration of lithium is in Imperial County. Lithium Valley is estimated to contain 15 million metric tons of lithium. To try to help me put this in perspective, I did many mathematical calculations, trying to figure out how many family vans that would be, or how many SUVs, how many fully loaded semi-trucks like the ones we see in our roads, carrying hay or grocery goods. Somebody even ran calculations for me on how many elephants it would be. And the numbers just continue to be gigantic. And so is the potential and the opportunity for the community. As of today, the 30-day average price of lithium has been floating right at around $60,000 per metric ton, which means that the potential for our community is truly a game changer. The process to simply research the extraction of lithium will bring many jobs, and as the technology is identified and the processes become more efficient, we anticipate thousands of jobs to be created. As Supervisor Michael Kelly shared a little bit earlier today, the benefits are not just from the extraction, but also everything that goes into it that will come from it. This will fundamentally change our county, including the northern end, which has been historically underserved. Children in marginalized communities and outlying communities, specifically those such as Calipatra and Nyland, soon will be able to see better roads being built in their communities and developments being made. I hope that this will spur curiosity in our youth to pursue careers in engineering, construction, green energy, environmentalism, sciences, sales, marketing, entrepreneurship. It's a whole new array at a different level that we have not had the opportunity before. Although much of the attention has been focused on the preliminary plan approved earlier this week, it is the next steps that will ensure our county and residents truly benefit from this resource. In the coming weeks and months, we will work to seek voter approval to establish an appropriate remuneration for lithium and rare minerals for those being mined and or generated and storage. We will establish a Lithium Valley Project Advancement Program. We will explore economic viability of the Enhanced Infrastructure Finance District, and we will provide leadership to those in the private and public sector to make sure that the county and our communities benefit from any action or decision regarding this vital resource. And now to go over the requests that we have of our state and federal partners and to ensure successful implementation of the plan, I'd like to introduce fellow Supervisor Ryan Kelly, who represents the district in which this resource will be. Ryan?
Thank you, Luis. I am Ryan Kelly. I represent District 4, which is the northwest corner of Imperial County and includes the known geothermal resource area and the area that is Lithium Valley. Before I go through these asks, I do want to share that these asks came from a group discussion that was mentioned by Supervisor or Chair Escobar. It included academia, community-based organizations, industry, county, city, special district. This was not a list that was worked up by a few individuals. It was a group effort that recognized gaps and opportunities. So we do have a plan that we've shared and we are speaking about today. But we're also asking to partner beyond Imperial County. And these asks are asking the state of California to recognize the opportunity and to make commitments through either action or funding to see this as a successful development. So we have made the request. As of September, we sent a letter to the California Energy Commission to raise our local permitting authority from 49.9 megawatts to 99.9 megawatts. And we're hoping through our action on Tuesday and this press conference to bring that attention and to have that delegation happen much swifter than it's taken since September. We're also asking for $5 million for support of a programmatic environmental impact report and a specific plan. And Mr. Jim Minnick and the Planning and Development Department have released that. It is on the street and closes today. This is encompassing 8,000 to 12,000 acres of area to become entitled, zoned, and able for development of not just geothermal and lithium extraction, but cathode, battery, EV, recycling, hydrogen capture, algae, and diesel. We are asking for the funding of a Lithium Valley Development Office in Imperial County to help streamline the permitting, the use, and to shepherd the development of this project. We're asking for assistance and support from the state of California to be able to take a severance tax to our populace. In California, we currently don't have a severance tax, but we are engaged, as Supervisor Plancarte mentioned, of finding models that are allowable in the state of California, and we're asking the state of California to be a partner in this. We're asking for $100 million for a polytechnic university to establish here in Imperial County. And no offense to Dean Wheeler, we did designate Cal Poly, but any road that meets us to a 4-year institution that keeps our children here and brings others here is the road we want to take. We're asking for seed funding for a reference laboratory because in this community we currently do not have one. And the energy cluster that we're talking about will need it. And samples are being sent out of county as far away as Santa Rosa, California. We're asking for a business tax credit from GoBiz, a carve out of $25 million over 5 years to help that business establish itself. And we're asking for an executive order or legislative action exempting the lithium rare mineral extraction and geothermal producers from the requirements of CEQA beyond our specific plan and our programmatic EIR. We are not bypassing any environmental review. We are hoping to be inclusive with the community, with industry, and all parties involved on a complete assessment under a programmed area for environmental impact. We're asking for $50 million in federal funding and support for bridges and roads. As you may have seen recently, we have a lot of failing infrastructure. And we have already made significant investment to make improvements into the Lithium Valley, including action in coordination with Imperial Irrigation District at Davis Bridge. Railways, a $1 billion investment for upgrades of additional track and siding in the area to be able to move those value-added products out of this valley. Electrical grid, one piece that has made this so much more attractive beyond the cost and current valuation of lithium is the PUC's action on June 24th that called for 1,000 megawatts of new geothermal in California by 2026. We have some capacity to be able to transmit that power, but additional transmission is needed. And we are working with Imperial Irrigation District, and we hope to have them inclusive in our specific plan to address that need. But federal funding to support that is crucial. To be able to convey those electrons from its generation here to the metropolitan areas is needed to see that development fully materialize. And then environmental remediation. $500 million in direct funding and loan guarantees for companies that desire to build end-of-life recycling and reuse of lithium batteries. One component of the electrification of vehicles and battery storage is the reuse of these materials. They can be recycled, and they can be reconditioned for use again. We believe that within this industry cluster that we are speaking about, that we can be part of that, and it is identified in the blueprint for infrastructure on the federal level. I'm not sure if there's another slide or not. So before I turn it over to the chair, I'll tell you that as Mr. Kelly, Supervisor Kelly mentioned, this has been a long process. Many years of advocating for recognition of geothermal, lithium, and Imperial County. And it's fortunate to be here with you today to be able to say that we are making choices and we're making a statement of where we would like to be and what we're doing. And we're open to having conversations with Sacramento and Washington, D.C. The Lithium Valley is Imperial County. Supervisor Esposito.
Thank you, Supervisor Kelly, Vice Chair Castillo, Supervisor Kelly. Too many Kellys in the room. I'm seeing a third Kelly eating his nails there. And Supervisor Blancarte. Also want to thank the team. Without you, we couldn't get it done. Again, you've already been mentioned, but I want to thank you all. I know you've been working hard. I know a couple of you had a full day and then you had to come back and do some more work, so thank you. To all of you for being here. Prior to me finishing it up and opening up for Q&A, we do have our educational partners here from IVC Imperial Valley College. Dr. Johnson, thank you for attending. From San Diego State University, Vice Provost Dr. Tong, and obviously our interim dean here for San Diego State, and I said hi to him, I can't see him. Oh, thank you, Dr. Wheeler, thank you for attending. Again, this is a true game changer for us. We're extremely excited. Again, it's been a good 25 years since I've been this excited, and I made that analogy to my favorite football team. I'll cut it at that, and happy to open up for Q&A.
Can you introduce Mike Ryan?
I think it's the Q&A.
So the Q&A, I would just ask if whoever is answering the question, if you don't mind repeating the question so that those that are listening on Facebook Live can hear what the question is.
Would you rather have them ask it at the
Yeah,
microphone?
that would be good. So if you don't mind coming up to the podium and asking, that would be good.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
I'm just as excited as you. This is absolutely a game changer. Again, I'll introduce myself. I'm Dr. Lenore Johnson. I'm the interim superintendent president at IVC, and we're all in. We want to support. We want to support in this endeavor fully. You have our support fully. I do have one question, and maybe, like I said, I'm not as close as this as you all are, but from my understanding, it's not as easy to build and construct in the state of California. I do understand the governor plans on giving a lot of tax credits for manufacturers to come here. However, the permitting part of the process can be laborious and can discourage companies from building plants. And I think it's so important, vitally important, for them not just to extract the lithium, but also build and manufacture the lithium here in the valley. So what is the county doing to try to make sure that permitting is easy and seamless for our possible manufacturers?
I'll do a brief response and let the supervisors, along with Mr. Minnick, Mr. Gay, as well as our consultant, Michael Bracken, come up to play as well with elaboration of your question. But this is a true game changer in which you mentioned, as far as not just the extraction, but the value-added services does bring a lot of permitting issues that I can speak for the five of us that we're going to bust our butts to make sure that permitting issue becomes more and more easily attainable as this moves on. We are in our infancy stages, but again, this is Imperial County's Lithium Valley, and we want to make it an extreme success for the long term. I'm not sure if you guys want to, go ahead.
Mr. President, the what's in our plan is specifically does address that. So we are, Jim, where are you at? There is Jim. So we have a specific plan and a programmatic EIR that are going to be answered today in an RFP. Those two documents are going to go through public comment. There will be public hearings. There will be more engagement about that and that involvement. But at the end of that, if accepted by the Board of Supervisors, the identified industries, including the value-added industries, will be able to come to our county planning department, submit building plans, have back check review, and be issued a building permit. Until that time, any project that's coming forward will go through the traditional process. And we are hoping on an aggressive timeline to be able to complete that by the end of the year.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and you all are doing a fantastic job. We're so excited about this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, supervisors, community members. Mark Wheeler, interim dean at San Diego State University, Imperial Valley. Thanks for all the hard work you've done to put this together. Very exciting opportunity. Let me introduce Vice Provost Bill Tong, who is a chemist who specializes in research into lithium. He would like to say a few words, and then I'll say something.
Thank you. Thank you all for allowing us to attend today. We're very excited about this project, short-term and long-term. And as you know, we're the only campus here, Employer campus here, and we have recently, and we have always and recently ramped up our commitment for all the STEM programs, and we're currently in progress building a STEM annex in Raleigh for a few science and nursing and other engineering programs. We have 6 faculty lines coming in this fall. We're interviewing them now, and the labs will be ready, and we're here to support this program. And I have been working on lithium. I'm a chemist originally. I still have my PhD students working on these rare earths and lithium and other isotopes. I started my training at the Department of Energy lab at Oak Ridge National Lab way back 35 years ago. So we're excited about this. For me, personal reasons, this has been my research area. We've been working on these isotopes for way back for weapon systems at the Oak Ridge National Lab, but now there are new applications, but the science is the same. And we have all the infrastructures, all the scientists we need to do all these work. And on the main campus, we have quite a few nationally recognized scientists in energy storage, battery technology, alternative energy, all kinds of science projects that are ongoing right now. And quite a few of them won National Science Foundation Career Awards. So these are as competitive as you can get in terms of science and technology areas. So we're here to, we're ready to support any way we can, and we are committed to training the workforce and all the engineering and science students we will need, the workforce we will need for the new industry coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill. I've been glad to get to know you over the last year and more, as neighbors, as leaders. So thank you for the leadership. The 200 acres in Raleigh is, I take it, what you're talking about in terms of the land, and we're building out science and technology, engineering, and mathematics, as Bill said, on the Raleigh campus. $6.3 million dedicated to that project. We should have space in that project. Talked with Bill about that, to do some of the reference analysis that you're mentioning. We're grateful for the letter of support that you gave us for the $100 million ask that Assemblymember Garcia and Senator Cueso and others are pushing in Sacramento on behalf of the Imperial County, San Diego State University, Imperial Valley, and San Diego State University. We are one of the leading public research institutions in California and the world. We look forward to partnering with you as you move towards developing more support for STEM education. Always grateful to see President Johnson, Lenore, and I have been talking about how to coordinate our efforts to provide higher education in all these areas. And I think if we work together in the short term, shorter than with any other university you might work with for four-year programs and graduate programs, we can build out exactly what you need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any questions from the media at this point as well? Marcy, come on.
Here we go.
I'm going to start by saying, hi guys, we've missed you. We look forward to getting back to in-person meetings. One of the highlights of my week every week. My question for you guys is, you guys are asking a lot of both of the state of California and the federal government. And we all know that historically, we have not received the support that we request and that we need. So what do you guys think the likelihood is that we will receive it? And then I have a follow-up question.
Can we take it? I could go on and on for multiple hours on this specific question. I'm sure Ryan would go on for days. But needless to say, number one, and we all know California has a $45 billion plus budget surplus, which is almost incredible. First time I read that, I had to read it like 3 times, of which 25 million is up for grabs at the state level. Given the fact his recent announcement on budget, on where he stands, on us singling us out, and you couple that to our historic unemployment rates, our issues with the Salton Sea, our issues with the New River, the battles that Mr. Kelly so eloquently stated. We don't know if they're listening to us or they're just trying to kick us out of their offices. At the end of the day, this is the perfect time for this ask on multiple fronts. And everything that is on that paper is fully engageable and fully and highly supported by what is transpiring now and what has historically happened in Imperial County.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, my follow-up question would be, what do you guys have plans in case the federal or state government denies these asks? Are there backup plans in place within the original plan?
That's a great question. And again, if other supervisors want to join in on this, that's a great question. I'll tell you why. Because it will go against everything that Governor Newsom and President Biden are currently engaged in. We're talking about a natural renewable resource. We're talking about an underserved community. We're talking about historic unemployment rates that have been in the double digits for our lifetime. So we talk about the environmental issues that Imperial County faces day in and day out. You look at the health hazards that we have. You look at our underserved infrastructure from roads and bridges. I mean, Mr. Gay could go on for days on that one. So again, there is so much ammunition that we can use at both the state and federal level that this should not be an issue. And we as a collective group, the 5 of us, along with our team, are going to bust our butts to get this done.
Okay.
Hope you like my answer.
I did.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good morning, Tim Kelly, Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. I just want to make 2 comments. First of all, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention broadband in this conversation. I've had this conversation with John Gay, and we lead the Broadband Consortium for Imperial Valley, San Diego. One of the projects we worked on was a preferred scenario for broadband in Imperial County, which looks at where there's going to be future development and work our way backwards. And that area is probably the most underserved or non-served area in the county for broadband. It's something that is going to be needed, and so it should always be mentioned, as Mr. Gay and I have been talking about, is that we need to get broadband up in that area. The second thing, as you mentioned, an ombudsman. Before that occurs, then in the interim, IVDC and our partner Imperial Regional Alliance received a grant from the USDA to form a business resource center, and we are opening an office in Brawley, which we're doing a walkthrough today at 11:30 with the city of Brawley. That is at the Brawley Theater, which, by the way, is a project that which the county of Imperial helped to fund several years ago. There's been $1 million invested in the project up to this date. We hope to have the theater up and running in the next 6 months, but the office is operational with water and sewer. Furniture is moved in, and you're welcome to come by at 11:30 if you'd like to join me for a walkthrough on that and see what we're doing to support the north end of the Imperial County. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Morning, Mariana Afrolis, City of Calipatria, Mayor Pro Tem. First of all, I want to commend Supervisor County, District 4. He serves our area. I want to commend all the supervisors, all the partner agencies that have participated in some of the lithium workshops. Really here to support the plan, supporting the idea of having federal and state government support for the lithium project. Want to share that I've been serving as a council member for the last 11 years, part of the school district that serves the Nyland and Calipatria are 4 schools. Want to share that we are low poverty. Our enrollment is about 1,150 students. We have 85% of our students are free and reduced lunch. Want to share that that we're hoping that our students do take advantage of some of the skilled technical opportunities that will come. One of our biggest things, not only for Nyland and Calipatria, is that our students leave, our kids leave, and they don't come back because there's no jobs for them. And some of the kids that decide to do a vocational ed program, jobs are not available here. So I'm really pleased with that. My question to you is, will there be opportunity for members of Calipatria and Nyland to participate in either some of the subcommittee or other opportunities to provide input? We would like to see some kind of incentive for businesses to come to our communities, incentives for developers to come and build homes. You know, they don't come. We're in a housing crunch just like everyone else, but even more so. People have moved out of Calipatria, people have moved out of Nyland, and a lot of the developers will come to Brawley, come to Imperial, go to El Centro. And the school district has a bond. We did have a bond. We have beautiful schools built, not only in Nyland and Calipatria, but the enrollment is down. And we're afraid to lose more because of the fact that there's no jobs for them, for the people. But I'm also here to say that if there's other opportunities for other ideas, our city council is going to be looking at getting together to provide like a wish list. Our infrastructure is broken. We have a lot of the sewer lines collapsing. We have a lot of the problem with the water company. It's a privately owned company. The residents are not able to water their landscapes, and the city is hurting because we have to pay the metered rate that is on right now. So there's just so much that we want to be part of this, so that I know that even though it's a project for the whole Imperial County, we are in the heart of where it is, Nyland and Calipatria. We think that it's time that we have an opportunity to be part of the whole project. And I want to thank all the people that were not only at the networking meeting yesterday, but also that are here today. And really, really excited to work with Imperial County, not only at the school district, at the city level. I'm a Nyland girl, grew up there. And so we do have a lot of family and friends there. But we see the North End is underprivileged. And we just want to make sure that our voice is at the table and that we are a partner at the table with all the other partners. And again, I want to commend Supervisor Kelly and the supervisors for fast tracking this. And I think it's going to be a blessing for the whole Imperial County and the state of California. And I look forward to being part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Ryan, you want to address some of her concerns?
So the Councilmember Froelich brought concerns well aware to us in Calipatria and Nyland, Westmoreland. The initiative for us to put a proposition before the voters, it is, as mentioned by Chair Escobar and reiterated by all of us, is that we are putting a flag in the ground to say that this is a resource here and it should benefit the people that live here. Calipatria has significant needs, and Nyland as well. This project and what we envision, it will help Calexico and Heber, Sealy, Hopeville. It'll help all of our communities by having those opportunities. The conditions that Councilmember Froelich mentioned in regards to the water service is it's a strange situation that can occur in California. And those kind of things aren't well known outside of this valley. But as I've shared in the past, that Imperial County is basically an Appalachian project waiting to happen because we've been ignored and underserved and no light on this corner of California for a long time. But that flag in the ground is getting a response, and people will be talking to us. And in regards to opportunities for comment and to be able to add to what we've already put out, absolutely. There will be, within the scoping of the specific plan and the EIR, there will be hearings. In regards to the tax measure, we know that we want to address infrastructure, we want to address mitigation, and we also want to address community enhancement. And what I mean that is talking about the quality of life of Imperial County, of being able to have people want to move here. There are things that can be done. In Calipatria, you have public parks that are paying a water rate that makes a hard choice for a local municipality to decide if they're going to be watering that park. And we have that in other areas of this county too. When you only have to pay $20 an acre foot for raw water, why would any jurisdiction in this county have to consider what bill they're going to pay? Those are the types of things that we want to address.
Prior to wrapping up, do we have any additional questions from the media that is here present? Go ahead, please, sir.
Hello, hi. My name is Luis. I'm a freelance journalist. I got more technical questions. Have you talked to the governor's office, or has anyone talked to the governor's office about this plan yet?
Supervisor Kelly is part of the Lithium Valley Committee. In fact, he's the vice chair of the committee. So to answer your question, absolutely.
Okay, so that's already been done. What about Riverside County? I know Riverside County also wants to be part of this.
Well, to answer your question in a very PC way, there's a lot of people that want to be a part of this program for obvious reasons. And that's why we're holding this press conference in El Centro, in our county building for Imperial County. So again, this is an Imperial County Lithium Valley project. Are there going to be other stakeholders involved? Absolutely. Are we going to be inclusive versus exclusive? You better believe it. But at the end of the day, this is the Imperial County Lithium Valley.
So is it fair to say that you have not spoken to Riverside County?
No, that's not fair to say. Again, we will have multiple stakeholders, both within our county and outside our county, working with us, be it Riverside County, San Bernardino County, San Diego County, regional, state, and federal. We have to all work together, nonprofits, for-profits, etc. But this is the Imperial County Lithium
Last
Valley.
question. Are you able to share the research or the studies that have sort of informed this plan?
Could you repeat the question?
Are you able to share the research or the studies that you've used?
Everything is open-ended. There's no secrets to anything that we've prepared, and we're happy to share everything that we have.
Okay, great. Thank
Not
you.
sure if supervisors want to add anything.
Or maybe Mr. Barkin.
Michael?
Let me, just to real quickly address your question about Riverside County. Supervisor Ryan Kelly and myself are members of the Salton Sea Authority, of which I am the vice chair this year, and I hope to be the chair next year. Salton Sea Authority involves itself with everything going on around the Salton Sea. And that's made up of 2 IID representatives, 2 Imperial County representatives, 2 representatives from Riverside County, 2 representatives from the Coachella Valley Water District, and representation from the Torres Martinez tribe, which is who surrounds everybody. We have had conversations on this. We all understand that the potential there is not just going to help Imperial County. It is not just going to help Riverside County or the Salton Sea. This is a California and further. California has stated that they want to increase electric vehicles and decrease fuel vehicles. The governor has plans that he's looking to achieve, and this is towards that. From a national level, President Biden has addressed the national need for security issues of being able to supply our own lithium, okay? And so we all know that this will affect worldwide when we start producing it in our own country, in our own state, in our own perimeter of the Salton Sea. But most importantly, at the end of the day, the resource is in Imperial County. That is why we are addressing Imperial County's plans towards that.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions for media president? Okay. Before we wrap this up, actually one announcement we did want to share was the County of Imperial has also created a Lithium Valley website, and we wanted to launch it with all of you this morning. And so it's lithiumvalley.imperialcounty.org. On here you can learn a lot about the concept of Lithium Valley, the various proposals that we have in mind, the plan that the board has adopted, and other components of the plan itself, whether it's ranging from community involvement and engagement to economic opportunities, planning, and so forth. So it also includes several mentions of where Lithium Valley has been mentioned with the media and different actions and press releases and media advisories that the County of Imperial has released related to the media as well. So please visit it during your spare time. We encourage you to learn a little bit more, not just about Lithium Valley, but the Lithium Valley Economic Opportunity Investment Plan and the actions and efforts that the County of Imperial is taking to lift Imperial County and its residents. So I don't know if you want to wrap anything up.
I think I thank you, and very excited. This is just one step, one baby step, but it's definitely a huge step for Imperial County. So thank you all for attending.